German beers, what separates them from beers made anywhere else?
Imminent balance,
Yeah.
drinkability. So the German term that I'm not going to struggle with, Süffig, like the drinkability of a beer that's not trying too hard to be what it is.
Because if I'm wrong about this, please, it wouldn't be the first time on the show. These beers are made for people who are like working throughout the course of the day, right? I mean, these beers are meant to like sustain into people that are out doing things. Like, it's not like a high ABV. It's meant to be something that you can.
Yeah, I think
Crushable and poundable. There probably aren't words for that in German.
Well, Süffig.
Süffig.
That's what you would say.
Just means drinkable.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, German culture has been intertwined with brewing in a big way for a very long time.
Sure.
And to have that deep of an integration of beer and culture for a long period of time, it's also got to be sustainable.
Right.
And you can't just be like pounding high ABV stuff all day. But you want, German Pilsner is going to give you a just uniquely bright and intriguing insight into how a hop tastes and smells. And if it's gonna be a big part of your culture, you're probably gonna have one a week, right? You're gonna have like a couple a day, and to do that, the ABV's got to be somewhat moderate. So I think all that played into it being a drink for the people, the common person, and you just can't build that type of a movement with extreme flavor and extreme ABV. It's only going to be short-lived.
How many people work here?
So we've got 10 full-time and 20 part-time. And the part-time is bar side.
And I also noticed you have 3 four-legged employees.
We do, yeah. Nugget, Milli and Dunklas.
Dunklas.
Yeah, Dunklas. He's been here, he missed the first weekend that we were open.
Okay.
But he's been here ever since, so he's been here 10 years.
So they just patrol the grounds? Or I mean, they seem like they have a route that they do?
Yeah, they all have, so they got GPS trackers. I can track them.
Right.
So I know their beat, where they go, and we bring them in every night.
A viewer told us that the first time they came and visited here, they parked in the parking lot, they opened the door, and one of the cats just jumped right into the car.
That can happen.
This was not a complaint, I don't think. I think they thought that was a very
Certified
unique experience.
Heartbreakers.
Yeah.
They have their own Facebook page. It doesn't have that many followers.
You're
but
kidding me.
Riggs Cats, I think it's on there. We post like 1 photo a month, so it's not a big piece of business for us. But those are my wife and I. Those are our kids.
Riggs Beer Company. It's the name that made Urbana famous. If you want incredible, delicious German beer, you could go to Germany, or you could save yourself a lot of time and a lot of money. Just come here to Urbana and enjoy everything that they have going out here with this beer garden. Inside is great. Everything outside is great. It's a wonderful facility, and the beer is delicious. So normally we end the segment by saying cheers, but with you, I say Prost.
Prost.
Prost. Thanks so much, Matt. Thanks. Here we are in Savoy, Illinois. Am I saying that right? It rhymes. It's supposed to rhyme.
Yeah.
Savoy, Illinois, which is right. I mean, the University of Illinois is just right there,
Yep, just
right?
a couple miles down the road.
Champaign, Urbana, and then Savoy. Right as you enter Savoy, here you are at Triptych Brewing. We're here on a really big day for Triptych Brewing, and we'll get in that in a moment. But first, I want you to meet Anthony. Anthony, you are the founder of this place?
Yep. I started Triptych all those many years ago. Back in 2013 is when we opened.
2013?
Yeah.
That does seem like a lifetime ago.
It does.
Triptych is a Greek word.
Triptych is a 3-panel artwork, usually 3 panels that are related to each other that form something, a bigger meaning.
Right on.
And so, hops, water, and barley together form a pretty big meaning.
The 3 things that come together so perfectly.
Yeah, and then Champaign, Urbana, Savoy. We had 3 owners originally, so 3 partners that were in this. And so, we wanted something that had a kind of good old world reference.
Old world reference. Would you say that the beer here is old world?
We brew a wide variety of beer. I'd say, we're most well known for a hazy pale ale called Dank Beam, but we also, the rest of it is, a lot of lager, a lot of brown ales, stouts, things like that.
I know I've had a lot of Triptych beer in my beer fridge, but if I'm being honest, and I will be because we're on camera, and also I should have told you this beforehand, you are under oath.
Okay.
normally when I have triptych, it is the Dank Meme. Normally that's what's in the beer.
Fair.
fridge.
That's fair.
That's not, I'm not unusual.
No.
That's like the beer
it's
that
47.
that
Yeah, 47% of our output is just Dank Meme.
no kidding.
Yep.
In
And
fact,
so
this building that we're in right now, this brew house, which is across the street from the tap room, is called the Memery.
Yeah, this is the building that Dank Meme built. This is kind of what we expanded. Dank Meme really kind of hit all cylinders, and then we expanded into this building. And
You could not have known when you launched it that
No.
was going to be the beer that made you famous.
not in 2016.
Right.
No.
How did that start? How did the beer? You're looking to get into the hazy. Had you had hazies before?
Yeah, I'd had a few hazy beers before. Microphone up in Chicago, in Elk Grove Village, had put out a couple that were really good. There was a place over in Indiana called the Ram that was doing some really good work. And also on the East Coast. I mean, I've always traveled for beer, and I'm one of those guys, even this many years in, I still travel and drink beer when I'm on vacation.
Right.
And so there were quite a few beers on the East Coast that, were leaning that way.
When you started this back in 2013, you said.
Yeah.
What was the plan then?
I mean, the plan when we first opened, I really wanted to make a lot of session beers and low alcohol beer, but our local crowd here was not ready to pay a premium for 4%, 3.5%
When you say local crowd, do you mean college kids?
No,
or?
we don't really get college kids.
Right.
Young professionals, but families. I mean, we've watched now over this many years, we've had a lot of people that have proposed to each other in the tap room, gotten married, and now they come in with kids.
Right on.
And so I think our population really, I think no one was really sure what craft beer was going to be or what it was at the time. And I think I really thought session beer was what I wanted to do. And I still love a really good low alcohol beer. It's, keeps you sane while you're drinking. You're not, deep in your cup, as they say. But craft beer has also always been at a higher price point, and so people just weren't willing to pay. And at the time, this is willing to pay $4 a pint for 3.5%.
Can you imagine the outrage back then? $4 a pint.
Yeah, for 3.5% brown ale.
Right,
So.
right. So Dank Meme comes along.
Yeah, I
Would,
mean,
would you say that's sessionable or?
I mean, it's pretty sessionable, 5.3. We had other success with other beers. We had won a World Beer Cup medal for a beer called Dirty Hippie, which is an English brown ale. It's a mild. Then we had won a World Beer Cup medal for Little Secret, which is a session IPA. That same year is the year that Dank Meme came out. And so I just felt kind of that was the time to start exploring the hazy beer. But I thought at the time that maybe Little Secret was going to be the flagship beer because we had just won this big award. That was going to be the thing. But the first batch of Dank Meme, as soon as it was released, sold out in a little under 2 weeks. That was it.
And I guess, Anthony, the lesson is it's not up to you what the flagship beer is.
It's not up to me,
You're right.
Nope.
The consumer makes that decision.
Yep.
So why is Dank Meme the one that everyone goes nuts for?
I mean, I think over the years, for this celebration, one of the beers we brewed was the original recipe, and we kind of revisit to see what it was like back then.
Right.
But over the years, it's kind of evolved into something. It's a fruity American wheat beer. People really appreciate that here. If you talk to other breweries in the area, there's a brewery here that has their flagship as a Hefeweizen. There's something about wheat beer in Champaign-Urbana, I don't know. And so over the years, it's just kind of evolved to be a little less bitter, a little more fruity, a little more expressive, easy drinking. It's just become that thing. And I think we don't make really big changes to it. We just iterate slowly. And so, every quarter we're making, 40 batches of Dank Meme. And so we have a chance to just do little tiny percentage changes.